if you're thinking about hiring an interior designer to help you with your projects, maybe you're building a new house, maybe you're doing a renovation, I think there are some key things you need to know before you hire your professional to work with you. So being a designer myself, I'm going to share with you some tips and tricks, things that you should consider, questions you should ask before you hire your designer. So my first tip is this: you need to do some homework first before you go and hire just anybody to jump on board and get involved in your project. You definitely don't want to hire the cheapest person out there. I think it's probably standard. As designers, we get price shopped quite a bit. That's fairly normal. People want to find the best deal for their dollar. I totally get that. But you definitely don't want to hire the cheapest person out there. Ultimately, you will always get what you pay for. You also don't want to hire the most popular person out there either, because maybe they've got amazing social media and they've got an amazing portfolio and they look like they've got it all together, but behind the scenes in the back end of the business, they have no idea how to run a project. They don't know how to coordinate. They don't know how to keep within timelines or budget. So just because something looks fabulous in print or on Facebook or on their website doesn't mean that you're going to have an amazing experience with that person. Number two, you want to find out what they specialize in. Most designers will either specialize in residential, commercial, hospitality, restaurant design, corporate. There's a bunch of things that we all work in. Sometimes designers specialize in both fields. I specialize in residential and commercial, so I do work in both. So you want to make sure that whoever you're looking to work with is going to be right for your job. Number three, you want to check out their website and their social. I'm having a tough time with this one. You want to check out their website and their social media feeds. If they're posting things regularly, if they're showing glimpses of the projects that they're working on, they're staying current, they're staying relevant, it's a good sign for you because you know that they're working constantly. If they haven't been posting for a long time, or the last post was from 8 months ago, that might be a red flag right there. Number four, you want to find out what they charge before you get into a project with them. I mean, that kind of is common sense, but you would be surprised how many people talk to different design professionals and they sort of agree to their terms, and they'll figure the details out once they get going on the project. And it's too late. Once you get working on a project and you want to try and hammer out the details after the fact, it just sets you up for frustration, and things don't always go so well. So find out what they charge before you hire them. I would say a good ballpark for a really good designer, they charge around $150 to $300 per hour. I know that sounds, oh my goodness, that sounds like a lot. When you consider all the things that we do in a project, the liability we incur, the project management, the trades coordination, the job site visits, all the design work, the programming, the schematics, sourcing all the materials and finishes, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. And with a client, it's a very elaborate service, and that's what professionals are charging. Don't be surprised when you pick up the phone and someone tells you they charge $150 an hour. If you're thinking, oh my God, that's so expensive, consider what you just spent on your last haircut and color, or what you spent on your last 1 hour massage. $150 is not that much for the value and the work that you will be receiving. So if you get someone on the phone and they say they're willing to do something for $50 an hour, for $75 an hour, I would just caution you to do a bit more research, find out what they're qualified at, and consider if this is someone you really want to bring in to work with you for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. Sometimes projects are a year and a half. Number five, do they use a contract? Do you really need a contract? I'm going to tell you that the answer is yes, and here's why. When you think of all the layers and you think of all the elements that go into a kitchen renovation, you have all your demo, you have all your plumbing, electrical, all your wiring, you've got construction, carpentry, you will have your cabinets, your millwork, you're gonna have tile work, stone, if you're replacing the floors, you could have hardwood, you can do tile, there are going to be lots of tradespeople involved. So all of a sudden, what you were thinking was maybe 3 or 4 people, a couple hours of work for planning, and then all the implementation to build this new kitchen has now turned into quite a large scope of work. Now, anywhere in that chain, if something is to go wrong, or there is delays, or there are problems, unforeseen problems with either the contractor or the tradespeople, if you don't have a contract, you're kind of up the creek when it comes to having any kind of leverage or anything to protect yourself to help either finish the project or to tidy up and get another crew in to help finish the project. Make sure the designer you hire works with a contract. Number 7, find out if they offer trade incentives. We've all heard of to the trade discounts, designer discounts. Most suppliers with a designer that has established an account with them will set up a trade discount program so that they are able to purchase and supply goods and products to the client at a discounted rate. If your designer offers trade discounts, you will be able to recoup some of your design fee costs at the end of your project. How is that not super amazing? You get to work with a designer and you get to save money. And the last thing to consider is, do you actually like their style of work? You want to find someone that speaks your language, that understands and is able to read you, to determine what you need, to determine where you want to go with this project, determine all the things that make up a great design project. If you're looking through their website and there's really nothing on there that grabs you and speaks to you and makes you go, wow, this person's really good, or this person really has a good eye for what I'm looking for, don't hire them. There are plenty of people out there that do this for a living. You will find the right person for your project. But if you're looking on their website and you're looking on their Facebook page and you kind of think, maybe they came recommended by a friend, but there's really just nothing about them that speaks to you, move on. You got to find the right person for your project because they're going to be with you for quite a long time, depending on the size of your project. You want to make sure that you connect with them, that they connect with you, and that they're going to be able to deliver something that you like. This is your home and this is your money that you're spending. You want to love what you're living in at the end of the day. You don't want to have any regrets. So don't be afraid to call them up and ask them some tough questions right off the bat. If anybody is trying to dance around specifics or they don't really answer you specifically, those are all red flags you have to consider when you're thinking of who you want to hire, who you want to work with, and who you want to bring in to help bring your dreams to reality.